Hello everybody, welcome back here. I hope this video is gonna be explain a lot of the things that goes on with at the evolutions that comes in, particularly within soul relationships. Don't forget about it that the soul relationships are reflections of what you are, personality within yourself. So I had a great questions that come up in there. Actually, I had like a similar dream. It was like maybe like a day ago about something about video like this. And here is the question, which is great. It comes with the right purpose. So this video, kind of like a recognition, it's gonna go to Yvonne Lygo from the group I Am to Inflame in the Facebook. They are very good, very great questions. And I posted that I'm going to be answering it in a video and mention her because the person who asks quality questions, he's looking for the truth and the quality of the answers. So I will give it a shot of my best to explain this because the question is very great and I'm going to read it to you. There is a challenges and ascensions. Yes, great point right there. It's called challenges. Okay, and the ascension, that it's mean the ascensio that I am feeling and growing in there. How we're supposed to function in the 3D with nothing makes sense. Well, here is why we're ascending. We're ascending to come down again. You see, the breaking the paradigms in there, the breaking of all these periods, it becomes for the needs of the reason. So the needs and the reasons, they're giving you the awakening process of going into the ascension. Once you go through these stages of ascension processes, which is include but not limited to the dark night of the soul, particularly to a certain reason, certain situations, in there, that is it when you find revelations, or revelations that changes you, okay? And you need to understand that the first personal change is coming within your own self, okay? Yeah, you may feel like some of the 3D energies in there could be in the situations, and you're looking how you're supposed to be function. Your ascension process, he already taught you how to functions. Trust yourself, be yourself, self accountability, safe self sustainability. That's meaning you gotta be go back into the kind of like this mode of being self sustainable in there because you cannot depend anymore on other people. We are living currently on this society in there within the 3D, whether they want everything for free, they want everyone wants to be cheap, everyone doesn't want to pay for certain things, everyone wants to be given, okay, not like a receiving in there. And looking at within the 3D, you need to understand your part with that in 3D, okay? It's not about you to be okay and others to suffer. It is about you to be okay, be yourself, be an example how to be okay. And that's going to be attracting the people who are okay like you. Okay. Now, for the people who are not okay, they don't have these ascensions as you do. Okay. What it is about they have to learn how to be awakened. This is the greatest awakening of the times. And by you going through the ascension and seeing it, what's going on into the 3D, because you're trying to match this ascension heavens energies into the 3D. Okay, you need to understand the collective energies. They are ruled by so many things, and what it's currently is going on in the earth. Okay, it is this process of realizations realizations, we have to go back into what? To square one. We have to beginning from the square one, where the things begin to it. We have to go back into the primary source for the spiritualities, not the twists and turns and create so many. I don't want to talk about these positions and so on in there and create a totally different spiritually fractions, I call it. Okay, a proper word it will be a fractions compared to coming to the even the pre-paganism energies. One of the people respected the spirituality from within. Okay, if you have to even look at it through the older paganism, where there was no God, there was a universe, the sun. That's where everyone was looking into it. Thank you for the sun, because without the sun, we are what? Not living. Okay, so when you see this kind of like situations and functions, you need to understand that your job was to go through this process. You may be in a positions to lead, teach, taught, and so on. How the other people have to go ahead and find their own path into the 3D. Okay, and nothing will make sense because it came out from the 3D. You went out to the 4, 5D. We're talking about 3D is the material world, 4D is the magical world, where people try to do, shadowy stuff, magic, white or black magic. It is about to tell you that you should be going up into the 5D where the miracles is. But the miracles begin when you are in alignment with what needs to be happening in there with the cosmic energies, which is there steering the pot in here. They're steering the gravity within the solar system that it comes into the earth. And that is what the collective is. So how are we supposed to function in 3D when nothing makes sense? Seeing other people struggle with things which seems so pointless. You see, people are struggle because they have to struggle to wake up. Okay, there is a lot of people who are basically immature. There is a lot of people who are out there. They know what the things are, even though that in a few years, what was the reports in there that the new students they cannot cover what they study for. Yeah, they have the diplomas, they have this and so on and so on, and guess what? They cannot perform. So people struggle in all levels of life. People who doesn't know how to work, people who basically lack of the knowledge because everyone wants the easy way. Everyone wants the money easy way. And when it comes to the point of what you're going to be put on the table and have a roof over your head, this is where you need to start because this is the place where everything begins in there. So as you're going through the ascension process and it's coming down, you're recreating the proper way. You are recreating this twist, kind of like a collective energy of the society, of this unwritten rules that has been this unwritten twisted spirituality, this unwritten situations in there. And today the world it is really twisted, okay? And you're gonna be seeing it this because you're coming from a higher perspective. You're gonna feel like the angel that knows what the earth will be like a paradise, and you come back here and you see all this. Yes, it's gonna hurt you. Yes, you're gonna feel in pain. Yes, it's gonna be not making a sense how the humans cannot be done this. But you've seen it because you've been going through the old ascension process in there. And that was your job. You had to do it on your own. But when you come down and you try to helping those people, that's what when they're gonna be start taking advantages out of you. And then you're gonna see them that it doesn't matter how much you help, you're gonna be drained. Okay, so the people can struggle with a lot of things, beginning to providing food on at the table, into the whatever they do. Okay, you need to understand that certain people in a higher level of realm, they are responsible if the people there underneath they're suffering. Okay, so it's not you. You have to look at it deeply within yourself in there figure it out in there. And it's not about watching that chaos, because the chaos, it's coming in to have a structure. You see, the chaos comes in, it shows up that lack of the proper structure, it is what it's created. We don't have a structure that is based out of the spirituality. We have a structure that is based out of differences between culture, religion, countries, financial educations, and a power, instead of having the culture that it has to comes in and are based out of the soul as you feel within your ascension process. Okay? And yes, we have to watch this chaos, because from the chaos, that chaos right now, you're seeing it more clarity. You're seeing it with vibrations, you're seeing it within the energies. You can feel other people. I know sucks to feel the other people's struggles, and so on and so on. I know it sucks to be within that positions as an empath, but when you try to do something in there, you're beginning to wounding yourself, and now you're walking on the earth as a wounded empath, and you cannot do your job, because the wounds inside of you, you try to prevent it with the people who are supposed to experience this chaos, supposed to experiencing this pain, because otherwise they will not understand. The answer is within the pain. For them, it's the same thing. You look at it within yourself, the pain that moves you to go ahead and be an awakened and start seeking for the truth, for the answers that lead to your ascension in there. Until the world doesn't really wake up and put the spirit first, and then put whatever the people are, whatever their religion, whatever their situations, we are going to be in a more chaos, because that's what the chaos is. But the chaos cannot perform if the people don't perform. Okay? So if you look at it with all kind of like of conflicts, challenges, as you call them, which is this is the proper actually language. I actually love it the way you put it in there. Challenges, not a problems in there. It is about that we need to challenging what the people to be like us, as you an ascendant being here on the earth. The right people is gonna be naturally comes in, which is comes in from the universal ways of gravity. They're gonna gravitate towards you. You might gonna feel alone. Why? Because you don't have people vibrating on that gravity. That can probably scare you. But that's mean that you master it yourself. You see, when the you mastering yourself, your vibrations is gonna be going up in there, and you're gonna find out that certain peoples don't come to you, because guess what? They don't vibrate as you. You are gonna be pointing them out to look from what happenings within them, as that what happens within you. Okay, and all of a sudden, all this understanding is gonna be coming to flow to you. You cannot save everybody that they cannot save themselves. Because by helping so many people out into the 3D, give them a support, give them this and that, and so on and so on. This is like a little children in the adult bodies. And they continue to be like that, because the mentality is not there. But the mentality, it's coming in from where? For what the person is. But what the person is who they listen to within their mind. The society rules, which is there is no written rules for the society. Society operates from the unwritten rule that it's who knows who made them. It's basically the lower self of the ego creates it, while the higher self, the other ego, in there, it's working and operating with the spirit, with the soul, with the awareness of the consequences of the actions, which is, you probably know, we're talking about the understanding of how the karma works to be turning into dharma. You're looking at to the positions that were bad, and you're turning yourself to this living example of living a quality of life and style of life and actions in there that is based out of your ascension. But not everyone can be ascended as you do. Why? Why not everybody can be ascended in there? Because they came here to study. They came here to be learners. And everyone is in different levels. And everybody is doing the things that they are on their level of what they need to learn. The only thing is a lot of the people are sleepers. They're not aware of about this. And that's what it's a chaos, because everyone tries to find something. But the biggest chaos, it is the fight for survival instead of fight for ascension. Fight to go ahead and learn to ascend, feel the vibrations. Because the way the universe is operate, it is about this frequency of growth. That frequency of growth, okay, it is the one that it's expanding within the universe. A lot of the people don't understand what the universe is. Let me picture it this for you. 90% it is a void space. Void space is an opportunity to grow. This is like you go into a one planet, and 90% of the planet doesn't have any populations on it. Nothing. There is nothing in there. It's just a pure black dirt. Doesn't have any flowers, doesn't have anything in there. Nothing. Nada. Just dirt. Okay? That's all. That's all it has in there. It doesn't have vibrations, doesn't have anything. It's just a base, raw, nothing. But the nothing is something. Until you learn what that is. Okay? And then we have the dark matter. Dark matter, it's about 5%. Now, that dark matter later on, it is fighting with what? With the light. You need to understand that in every sun, every galaxy, in the center, there is a black hole. That black hole collected some energies, but does it really collected energies? Well, the black hole originated from in the void. It's getting these energies in there, compacted, creates all the chemistries in there that it's needed, compacts all the materials, all the metals, all this electron and protons and everything in there. It's really packed them up. And when it's full and when it's ready, it blows up and it spreads out. And then it creates the galaxies. And once the galaxy is ready, that frequency of growth, it's expanding. So as the light is expanding, so it's the dark matter is expanding. But they're expanding where? Within the void. Now you're understanding this, okay? Picture you. You went, you came from this dark matter, this 3D. You went to the light, you went to the center of the growth, you wanted to grow, you came back with that energy in here. And now you see all the pictures that it's here. And now you're seeing all this chaos. Yeah, I know, I can feel you, it hurts. I can feel all that. Okay. But you need to understand your point here. It is about to grow. You personally to grow. When you grow, that frequency of growth, it is sent back into where? Into the universe. And that's how the energies of the growth in both the light and the dark grows equally, because they're equally. They're not something out of balance. When something is with balance, the one acting with the others. And then is making the balance, which is the balance. It is about when you're finding the peace within your soul by understanding this. Okay? So now when you have that gravitations of the growth in there, you will understand that we are going through these situations to pushing us to grow. And the answer to you about it, how should we handle it? Changing the paradigm. The old paradigm of working on a base of the survival mode. It needs to be replaced with the paradigm of understanding of the consequences of the actions and focus within the growth that we are created for that growth within the universe. And then you will understand that certain people maybe work for the dark matter, certain people maybe work for the light, but certain people that came here to work and do the expansions for the universe. And it's sometimes you're going to be finding like, the struggles, as you call them, in there, all right, pointless. Evolve a little bit within these perspectives that I was telling you, and you will see there is nothing, it's pointless. The energies is never just sitting, it's only transforming from one way on another. And our path up here is to bring the heaven on earth. But through what? Through a personal consciousness of ascension and be an example and wake up to others. That's how it's going to work. Because when you tell certain people to do things, when you help a certain people in there, when those people, they just become codependent on help to help them to ascending. No, it's not. Do you help them to change anything on earth? No, you're not. And this is what is all about. That the humanity has not been grown to realizing that their pains is leading them to ascension. They just want somebody who to heal their pain in there. And this is why right now the humanity is doing into this chaos. Because instead of focusing of the ascension in there, to go a little bit above the problems and the struggles that they're going into, okay, they will love to go ahead and stay in there without understanding that the answer, it is within the question. The answer is in there. Okay? The answer is within the struggle to find a solution. If there is a problem, there is a solution. If something is bad, there is the other side that is good. Whatever it's up is down. It's very beautiful when you find a balance between. And there, it's going to be lying the actual answer to have and maintain the balance, which is the chaos is trying to take out of the balance. Have we just, you said, are we meant to just sit and watch with all this chaos? No, we have to put the knowledge out there as our example, personally me. We have to go out there looking at and helping other people. And the right people comes in with the vibrations, with their understanding and so on. They're ready to learn more and more and grow up and more. Okay? And that's what is the natural path of selections that it's coming. Through what? Through awareness. To the ascension awareness of the consequences of the actions. Okay? Because let me tell you, the guy who is the worker at the company, who is a boss, he is responsible of his own awareness of what his consequences of his actions at work are. As the same thing, those same thing can have reflections at his home. The boss who owns the company, he's got to have that awareness of consequences of the actions for the people who are working in the company, right? The state has to have an awareness of the company, what is it doing in there for the people. And then the highest guy in the country has to have an awareness of the consequences of the actions that leading down. It's about the pyramid structures, okay? Because we are moving away from the pyramidal structures and we have to go to the spider web. Everyone can have a title and a base of their level of ascension and their level of understanding and so on. So there is going to be a people who are down below, there's people and so on and so on. But they're in the same spiritual level. They're all equal. Wow, right now into the 3D, there is no equality as a soul. And that is our job to do it. So if you want to do something there, okay, understanding the principles of the gravity within the universe, understanding the people of the soul. If someone struggles, okay, it's like, you're bringing a horse to the river, but you cannot make them drink. All right, so look at it if someone is a struggle. You can go ahead and tell them, you know what, why you struggle? Because of this and this. What can you do about it? I don't know what I can do about it. As soon as you hear, I don't know what to do about it, you tell them, look at it while you're suffering. And when you find the answer why you're suffering, you will find the answer how not to suffer and change yourself for the better and you help other people. And that's how the awakening is going to begin. And this is my advice to you guys. This is my advice to you, Yvonne Lygo. Thank you for the great question. I love those great questions in there in the group. And I appreciate of being part of the group in there and doing your things and creating all this. I want to say thank you. And thank you guys and appreciate you. And pretty soon I will be come back making some more videos. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be love, and I will see you next time.